again, and welcome to the very special, this will be the Christmas edition. I did the pre-Christmas edition last time. It was Keel, the Right to Rock, and I guess I can call this the Christmas edition because it was just Christmas yesterday for me, and I got some Christmas gifts, including some records. I got 3 records for Christmas yesterday, and I'm going to talk about one of them today. That's why I'm doing this one today. This is going to be the Police Synchronicity, and I've got it right here. I got it for Christmas yesterday. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a few seconds. And the other ones I won't say those. It's not like it's a big secret or anything. It's not like anybody watches these things and, at least with any regularity, except Mike Pratt. And I wonder, what does Mike Pratt think of the Police? What would a guy like Mike Pratt think about the Police? I think I know who he likes and who he doesn't like. But the Police is one that I'm not sure about. Tell me, Mike. Drop a comment down below and tell me what you think of the Police. I have a feeling he doesn't like them. But before I get to the record, I want to show you something else I got for Christmas. And I got, I get presents from my niece and nephew. And I spent Christmas with my ex-wife and her family. Lilia is her name. And I spent Christmas with her ex-family. Jesus Christ, why can't I get this right? Lily is my ex-wife, and I spend Christmas every year, even though we've been divorced for 5 years, I still spend Christmas with her family. It's not her ex-family. I guess it's my ex-family-in-law. Anyway, I spent Christmas with them. I get gifts, and I give gifts to her mother, her sister, her ex-brother-in-law, who is her sister's ex-husband. So there are 2 ex-marriages there. Everybody's happy. And my niece and nephew. Now, my nephew gave me a gift. It wasn't Synchronicity, and it wasn't one of the other records that I got, of the 3 that I got. But he did give me a gift, which I'm not going to talk about. You should be thankful. But along with the gift, look at this beautiful nice little cool thing that he gave me. Isn't that just the loveliest thing you've ever seen? Huh? He knows that I like Kiss. I guess he's 18. And I got him tickets for Iron Maiden. He and I are going to go see Iron Maiden. I took him to see Iron Maiden here in Mexico City last year, and I bought tickets for him. We are going to go see Iron Maiden next year, November 24th. Got to wait almost a year for this concert. Ridiculous. But look at that. Isn't that's great? No, he writes the Kiss logo. Very cool. He got an electric guitar for Christmas, and Ibanez. He got an amplifier. So hopefully I'm grooming him. That could sound bad. Hopefully I'm steering him in the right direction. So to get to Synchronicity, I got this from Lily's sister gave this. Yeah, I got 3 records. One of them, I can't remember. Yeah, it was Lily's sister that gave me this one. So it's Synchronicity. Now, before I get to the actual record, this is the first time I've talked about the Police, so I will, of course, talk about my history with them. It's not that long, and it's not very deep at all. I was never a Police fan. I was a very, very casual listener, I guess. It was kind of hard to escape the Police. I've mentioned many times, I used to love listening to the radio, and the Police were always on the radio from, I don't know, I remember them they broke up in 83, 84, after Synchronicity. They only had 5 albums, but they left quite a mark. And so they were on the radio all the time, Message in a Bottle and Roxanne and Can't Stand Losing You. Don't Stand So Close to Me, not the Do Run Run, that's Sean Cassidy. The Do, the Da. Spirits in the Material World. Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. The Police had a trove of hits. I'm not sure if trove is the right word. I think it is. But they had a lot of hits, including some on this record. But I never bought a Police record. I had a couple of singles. I did have... the Do, the Da. I had that single, and maybe I had one other one, I can't remember. I didn't have anything from Synchronicity, but this was a huge album when I was in, I was in grade 8. I was 13 when this record came out, and there were some big hits on this, and by this time there were videos everywhere. Well, not everywhere quite yet, because in Canada we didn't have much music at that point, nor MTV, but it was hard to escape the Police, and they were the kind of band that I knew the hits. I knew the melodies of the songs, never really got into them too much. A friend of mine called Joe Hutchinson, he had this record. I remember him listening to it, and I think I listened to it a little bit with him, but it never really caught on with me. And so I'm saying all that because I do have to go to the notes. I've been doing this more and more recently. I've got some notes here. This is not all the police. This was Judas Priest, Hell Bent for Leather. And so this is the police. I had to remind myself, or not to remind myself, to inform myself about the songs contained on this album, which I'm going to talk about right now. No, first I'm going to open it. And I noticed, another memory about the police. I can put that down for a second. You might know that I'm from Toronto, and the police, I remember there's something called the police picnic. I guess it was 80. I remember it being an annual thing, at least for 2 years, maybe 3, maybe 4 years. I don't know if the police were big enough for that long. I mean, going that far back to have a police picnic. It was essentially, I guess, a one-off festival. It was the police headlining every year, and they had different acts. I guess they were similar acts. I guess by this point, their last album, Synchronicity, is kind of new wave, popish, maybe something like that. They started a little bit more rock, but there were other acts like that. I can't remember whoever played at the police picnic, but I do remember hearing about the police picnic ads on the radio and promotion for it. So I never did see the police live. When they reformed in 2007, 2008, whatever it was, 2009, for that reunion tour, I remember at the time thinking I would have gone to that. I lived in Mexico at that point, and I would have gone to it, and I'm sure that the set list was all just hit after hit after hit, as you would expect. So I'll open Synchronicity now, and something I noticed about this record is I'm not sure where to open it. So there's the front cover, and there's the back cover. It's kind of hard to tell which is which, except for the back cover has the track listing on it, and it's also got this made in Germany. So this is the front, which means the opening should be here, right? But the opening is not there. The opening is also not on this side. It's not at the bottom. I guess it's at the top, although the top looks like it's really sealed up for good, like Frank Rizzo's ass pipe. Or not Frank Rizzo. Who was it? Saul Rizzo. Saul Rosenberg. So I'm going to try. I guess I cut it open. Yeah, it looks like there's a very slight opening there. So, God, this video is long. For a band that I really don't have too much to say about, I'm really extending it. I guess this album opens from the top. Let's see. Yeah, I should have. It's definitely not that. Definitely not that. All right, this seems. Let me try from this side. Okay, it's I guess it is. Strange. Is there can anybody tell me? Is there another album that you pull it out from the top instead of from the right side? All right, let me. So I did get it open. I'll take it off. I have no idea what to expect if there's got because I never had the record or the CD. I don't know if the police put lyrics in their albums. I have a feeling that they did, and this reissue came out in 2019. So let's see what is inside Synchronicity. There it is. And I'll open it from the top. Oh, it's nothing. Oh, no, it is something. There it is. All right. All right. As I've said before, I'm happy with giving the lyrics and a photo. And that is what they've given me. Lyrics and a photo. This is Sting, Gordon Sumner. This is Andy Summers and Stuart Copeland, drummer, guitarist, singer, bassist. Just like Lemmy, although not nearly as good at bass or singing. Talking about Sting. All right, so let me. And this is weird. Usually the inside sleeve opens from the top, but this one opens from the side. So everything is flipped around on this. Let's see what the record looks like. It's probably got that A&M logo. I remember that A&M logo. Oh no, it's got there. I remember the singles. The A&M singles had the A&M logo on the label. All right. So the first song is Synchronicity 1. So I guess it's more or less the title track. and I kind of forgot about that song, so I'm gonna have to go to the notes. Let me do this here. All right. So Synchronicity 1. Most of these songs I had never heard before, or don't remember hearing them, except obviously the singles. Every Breath You Take, Wrapped Around Your Finger, King of Pain, maybe another one. So the first song, Synchronicity 1. This has really cool. This was my first impressions of it. I just listened to it a short time ago. Really cool, fast drumming. I know Stuart Copeland is regarded as a really top-notch drummer. Just cool drums in the song, and I guess impressive chorus that Sting, I assume, I didn't check who wrote the songs, I assume it was Sting. He's got a lot of did a great job of rhyming, and I wrote them down. Principle, invisible, imperceptible, inexpressible, insusceptible, inflexible, connectable, invincible. I'm not even sure that some of those are even words. I think he must have made some of those up. Imperceptible, give me a break. I've never heard that word. But good effort by Sting nonetheless to either create new words or find existing words in his dictionary or possibly thesaurus. It's got a cool, like a fast, kind of frenetic, frantic, chaotic pace to it. I kind of like this song. Not to be confused with Synchronicity 2, which is going to be coming up shortly. Next is Walking in Your Footsteps. I think I knew this one. This is, I guess you'd call this the dinosaur song, similar to Quest for Fire by Iron Maiden, and maybe not so much lyrically, but Last Living Dinosaur, Cadaver had a song. The second song on Berlin was Last Living Dinosaur, and Alice in Chains. What was the dinosaur song that they had? The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. I think, is that what it is? I think it was an album, not a song. I gotta get this away from my cat. That song, it was okay. It was kind of stark. There wasn't a lot to it, which there's nothing wrong with. But to me, it sounded like, when I was listening to it, it sounded like maybe because of the lyrics, it made me feel like I was watching a movie. It was like a soundtrack to a movie or something. I don't know, maybe because it was about dinosaurs. Next is Oh My God. Now in this one, this is very interesting. They spell O, like the expression O, just the letter O, just like O Canada. I guess that's a British and Canadian thing to omit the H. I guess those bastard Americans added the H. But in any case, this song is called Oh My God. It's I don't know, this song, it was okay. Nothing really stood out. It had a kind of a repetitive bass line driving the song. It had a saxophone solo during the outro of the song. Fine, but nothing really stood out to me in Oh My God. The next one, this is a very unique song, Mother. Now, I've never heard this song. As I mentioned, I'm not familiar, and that's why I'm using the notes. As soon as I heard the first vocal, I knew it wasn't Sting or Gordon Sumner, and I had to Google it. I assumed that it was Andy Summers, and it was Andy Summers on the vocals on this one. This is a kind of a weird, crazy, wacky, nutty song. I'm curious to know what Police fans think about this song. I have a feeling this would be a song that would be very polarizing. A lot of people would probably say it's their favorite on the album or least favorite. I don't know enough about it to put it in either category. Just that it was a wild, crazy song, weird song. Now there was a part in the second half of it, I got in the notes here, that an instrumental part, like a musical part, that reminded me of, the part in Diary of a Madman, the title track from the Ozzy album Diary of a Madman, one of my top 10 albums ever, that album is, and at the end of it, I'm not going to sing it, but that kind of like hymn, it's like a hymn, not him, the object pronoun H-I-M, but a hymn, H-Y-M-N. Whatever that is, there was a part in Mother that reminded me of that. But it wasn't a vocalization of it, it was music. I don't know, I can't remember if it was synthesizer or what. Anyway, that's Mother. Next is Miss Gradenko. Nothing to say about the song. It was 2 minutes. It was a short song. nothing stood out, good or bad. Nothing caught my attention here for Miss Grodenko. I don't know who she is. Next is Synchronicity 2. Now this one, I always like this song. This when I listened to it today, and I think I remember thinking this in the past, it reminded me of how Rush sounded at that time. And I hated Rush in the 82, 83, Grace Under Pressure and Power Windows. That was crap, I thought. This song reminded me of them. Much more acceptable and tolerable if it's from the Police. Not coming from Rush. Yeah, and I guess it's got kind of the synthesizer, or very, I guess, a snapshot or very indicative of the time of 1983, 82, around there. The synthesizer, that guitar sound, the bass sound, and this is a song that I had heard the song a million times. Don't know any of the lyrics except for the many miles away. That's all I know. Many miles away. I know he says that several times in the song. That's all I knew. But I do like Synchronicity too. Good song. Next is that was the end of side one. The second side would be Every Breath You Take. Man, this is a great song. This is a song that's been it's been overplayed. It's been everywhere. It's probably been in a million movies and TV series and maybe commercials and wherever else you're going to hear it. But as I've talked about before, being away from Canada and not listening to the radio or being exposed to the radio all the time, because I'm not here in Mexico, a lot of these songs that I got so sick of for years and years and years, I've really learned to enjoy them now. And this was one. Every Breath You Take, when I listened today, I loved it. I think, man, that's a great song. I would say my favorite on the album for sure, which I know is probably not the coolest thing, to pick the biggest hit single as your favorite song. But I think it is. And I remember after I got into Faith No More, which is like, I guess that was 89, 6 years after this. And it was probably some years after I was into Faith No More. Every time I hear the song, that the piano part in, since you've gone, I'm not going to sing it. Since you've gone, I've been lost without a trace. I dream at night, I can only see your face. That kind of, and I'm not sure if I'm explaining this right. There's like a descending piano thing, like just some ding. Yeah, I can't do it. But I thought that sounds like Faith No More, or later Faith No More made me think of that part in Every Breath You Take. I don't know if I explained that properly. Hopefully, the two people that are watching this know what the fuck I'm talking about. Now something else about this song. I can never hear this song and not think of The Sopranos, because, and God, as much as I love Kiss and Pearl Jam and, these other bands that I talk about, I love The Sopranos just as much. I watch it, I don't even want to say how much time I've spent watching Sopranos. And there's an episode of Sopranos, I don't know what season it is, but I do remember it's the first episode of whatever season it is. It's called Mr. Ruggiero's Neighborhood. And I think it's in the very opening of it, there's a mashup of Every Breath You Take and the Peter Gunn theme. So I can never hear this song without thinking of Mr. Ruggiero's Neighborhood, the Sopranos episode. Amazing. Every Breath You Take is just a fantastic song. Next is King of Pain. I always liked this song. I thought this was I guess a hit from this album. There's a little black spot on the sun today. I think it had an excellent melody. I stood here before inside the pouring rain. I like that song a lot, King of Pain, and really enjoyed listening to it today. Next is Wrapped Around Your Finger, another hit. This album is hit heavy at the back end. Usually I think the hits are kind of at the beginning. Good song, pretty pretentious lyrics, I think. I can't remember there's like Hercules and Mephistopheles. I can't remember who Sting talks about in this song, but it's I think the lyrics are pretty pretentious, but a good song. Do you say nonetheless or nevertheless? I'll say nonetheless. A good song nonetheless. A couple more. Well, kind of one. Let's say two more. The last song on the actual album, I think it's on this one. Yeah, is Tea in the Sahara, or as Sting sings, Tea in the Sahara. I don't know if I've ever heard this. I think it's those British people. I think they call it Sahara. Similar to Miss Gradenko, there's nothing here that really caught my attention that I have anything to say. So I'll go ahead and I'll talk about the last song, which I found out because when I downloaded this to listen to it to my phone, it downloaded 11 songs, and the 11th song was called Murder by Numbers, which is not on this album. And then I checked, and apparently it was a bonus version, I guess, that came out on the CD and cassette maybe. And I like this song a lot. I think this is, of all the songs that I didn't know already, which were Synchronicity 2, except Every Breath You Take, Wrapped Around Your Finger, and King of Pain, I think I might like this better than that. It's hard to compare after having listened to a song once versus having listened to other songs for 40 years. But I thought this was a very, very good kind of a fun song, and the opposite of Wrapped Around Your Finger with the pretentious lyrics. I thought the lyrics here were kind of fun and cheeky. Musically, it's kind of a jazzy, I don't know, kind of a fun. I like this song. Not sure why it was a bonus track. I've talked about this before with other albums. A bonus track to me maybe could be because there was not enough room on the album or the CD. Hopefully not on a CD because there's like 79 minutes. And if you can't fit 79 minutes on a CD, maybe you shouldn't have bonus tracks. Maybe if it's a cover song, I can understand that being a bonus track. If it was kind of a throwaway song. This one I'm not sure because this album is only, when I listened to it today, I realized it was probably only, maybe it's around 30, no, maybe more than that, maybe 40, 45 minutes, somewhere around there. I think including the bonus song was 40 or 45. So in terms of time, there's no reason to not include it. Maybe at that time, CDs, they were trying to promote people to buy CDs, and maybe they put it on that. I'm not sure. But that's it. That's Murder by Numbers. Yeah. So that is it. I enjoyed listening to this album, my first Police album. On my, as I said, my ex-wife's sister gave it to me. She's a massive Police, as well as Sting solo fan. I can't stand Sting solo. He just really bugs me. But I liked him in the Police, so that was why she bought it for me. And pretty cool. It's good to try something new. So there it is, my first ever record by the Police, and it's called Synchronicity.